Hello students, a very warm welcome to this JEE 2021 preparation strategy session, and also a very warm welcome to this evening session by JEE English, by Unacademy, India's leading and largest test preparation platform. And guys, today it is going to be a super interesting session. The key to this session is you should be analyzing along with me. Okay, we'll be discussing a lot of data, guys, so you need to get and understand everything step by step. Get your pen and paper, share this video, ask your friends to come on board. It's going to be very interesting. All right, so what all are we going to discuss today? First thing is going to be we'll be classifying your preparedness. Now, how well prepared you are. Let's say even if you're not fully prepared, or even if you're not not at all prepared, or if you're half prepared, there are differences, right? Like, most of the students are like, either like half prepared or, like 80% prepared, etc. We're not discussing a case where, you're totally prepared. Still, there are, things that you can do. And then you need to take down some checklist. You need to mark checklist. You'll be doing it all along with me. It's very, very important that you get your pen and paper or notebook and paper and do it all along with me. And then we'll be discussing your syllabus. What do I mean by syllabus is like weightage of each topic. Okay, we'll be segregating this topic based on the difficulty level, time it will take, etc. And then you'll be doing a subjective difficulty assessment. What do I mean by subjective difficulty assessment? How is this topic going to sound to you? Maybe current electricity is a very easy topic, and maybe you haven't tested it yet. You have done mechanics, etc. Now you're thinking whether I should go for current electricity or whether I should go for optics. You can assess those things. There are some assessment strategies using which you can do it. And then we'll be doing a detailed discussion on weightage based on the past 10 years data, along with Jan 2020 JEE Mains data. So just the paper, around the 10 papers, we'll be doing discussion and based on September data. And then we'll be also discussing 2019 JEE Mains data. Why am I taking 2019? Because JEE 2020 is an anomaly, guys. Maybe it's not an anomaly, maybe it's an anomaly. Alright. And then you will be doing, not me, myself, I'm not going to do the strength and weakness analysis. You'll be doing your strength and weakness analysis. And based on your preparedness, I'll be presenting you few strategies which you can follow to succeed in your pursuits. Hi Janvi, hi, good evening guys. And finally, based on your preparedness, you will get an attack strategy. So Janvi and everyone on the session, even if you're going to watch it as a recorded video, etc. If you're watching it live, good guys, come up with your queries. You can interrupt me and ask me question. It's a strategy session. It's meant for that. And if you are watching it recorded video, you have a little bit of disadvantage, but still get your notes, paper, pen. It's an analysis session for you. A strategy session is not just you sit and relax. Especially if you're a 2021 aspirant, it's a full-fledged analysis session for you. So you should be analyzing all along with me. And do remember, good fortune happens when opportunity meets planning. And today, you are going to plan that. Alright? You want to get to that good fortune, you want to get into your dream IITs, NITs, etc. You need to plan really well. Hi Ashok, hi, good evening guys, good evening. And students, do not forget to share this video, because many students are looking for such sessions, such detailed session. It will hardly take a few minutes to share it on your social media along with hashtag let's crack it. Okay. And JEE Mains, I'm thinking February, guys. I'm guessing it's going to be in February. But anyway, you have only 3 months. Okay. Sorry, guys. So do not forget to share this video. And that being said, students who don't know me, I'm Murlidharan Gopalakrishnan. I completed my MS in Electrical Engineering from one of the top ranking American university. I'm also an IITian who completed BTech from IIT Guwahati, and I have 4+ years of experience preparing students for IIT JEE and other competitive exams. And I filed few patent applications, like 25 patent applications in India and abroad. And that being said, if you're on Telegram app, if not, do download it from your Google Play Store and App Store. And this link is available in the description box below. Click onto this link, get onto our Telegram channel. This is our Telegram channel, JEE English Telegram channel. Why you want to get onto this Telegram channel? Because you would have got update before time, and you would have allotted time for this session or any even daily lecture sessions, etc. We are delivering complete in-depth lectures on JEE English, be it physics, chemistry and math, complete lectures guys, free of cost, and you want to get onto this channel to get timely updates. And that being said, this Sunday we'll be having a very good chapter. I'll tell you why. This may be one among your low-hanging fruits. We'll be doing a low-hanging fruit analysis. This might be one of the low-hanging fruits that you might want to grab. So we'll be doing the part 3 of A to Z of capacitors, which will be conducted from 11 AM to 2 PM. So you may want to attend this on Sunday and enroll to this course. I'll be soon hosting this course. It's a free of cost special class on Unacademy Learning app. And also another low-hanging fruit. Definitely a low-hanging fruit. Okay, just keep noticing the things that I'm speaking throughout the session. It's all a strategy session. This is also low-hanging fruit. It will hardly take 12 to 15 hours to complete. A full-fledged thing. You can expect 2 questions or 1 question. Okay, like 2019-2020 paper, like every single bit was analyzed, like past 10-year papers and AI based analysis was done, and you'll observe this is the easiest chapter, and this is one of the frequently asked topic. You can attend all the session on Unacademy Learning app. It's all available on Unacademy Learning app. All you need to do is type in Unacademy on Google Play Store and App Store and download it. One of the most downloaded learning app across India. And then you'll click onto this install button. Once you choose this, not only that, you'll also get access to quizzes, etc. You'll get live notifications once you download this app. And that being said, if you're looking for a champions tool for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation, we have the best thing for you. We have all the best educators across the nation on one single platform, that is going to be Unacademy subscription. To get educated or to get your coaching from the best educators across the nation from anywhere, all you need to do is click on the left hand top corner extension bar, choose plus, then you choose IIT JEE as your goal, and then you'll click on the get subscription button. And the beauty is it's one subscription, unlimited access, and not only that, every program is a structured program, so every concept will be followed by a doubt clearing session, and to be like a live interactive program, I'll be able to really know whether you're understanding or not. That's the beauty of this entire Unacademy subscription, and it's on the best technology where you can learn and experience like your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced exam. And price, pretty reasonable. It's only going to cost you less than 70 rupees a day, 2,100 per month. But this is typically meant for 11th class, 9th class, 10th class students. Alright, and you can apply Murlidharan coupon to get to this price point or to get the best discount on your subscription purchase. And that being said, students, we also have convenient payment mode for you. Like you can split your payments into multiple parts using our in-house pay in parts option. And we also have no cost EMI. So these 2 things take away the burden of paying all the fee at once. You may want to check it out. Okay. And that being said, maybe something relevant for you if you are especially 2021 aspirant. Even 2022 aspirants can watch this video, guys. It's not just about 2021 aspirants. Even 2022 aspirants can watch this video and understand the strategy, because of course we are going to discuss the entire syllabus, right? Not just 2021 syllabus. Okay. Not just second year syllabus or etc. So anyway, this might be an ideal program for long-term students, dropout students, or 12th class students who only have 1 year for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation. Okay, and economical, less than 2,900. As you can see, it's only 2,888. And how do you get to this price point? By applying Murlidharan coupon. So apply Murlidharan coupon to get the best discount. And that being said, do not forget to use this payment options to reduce the burden of paying all the fee at once. This is one of the ways that you can overcome paying all the fee at once. And also guys, I've launched a course on optics basics to advance. A very important course. Why would I tell you? Because combined wave optics and ray optics, you get 3 questions. If you're on plus, enroll to it. If you're planning to purchase the subscription, purchase it soon and enroll to it. Because you have 7,000 plus materials and 1,000 plus live programs just going on for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. So let's get into this thing. Before that, let me tell you and let me introduce you about my team. Our team is on like Unacademy Plus as well. We are doing the most important courses for your JEE Mains 2021 preparation. A complete course on differential calculus, on electromagnetism, as you saw, optics basics to advanced, and chemical kinematics. And also we have hosted courses for 2022, which includes a course on mechanics and redox and equivalent concept and graph sets and relation. Very important concept, guys. So yes, before that, what did I tell you? Now just get your pen and paper started. Started means really started. It's going to be a little intensive session. At the same time, you don't want to waste this time. You're not, of course, wasting the time. You might be wasting the time if you're going to, watch the video once and then, pause it and suddenly miss out the time where you were supposed to ask a question or something. So don't do that. Get your pen and paper. Very important. Ask your friends to come on this video and also attend the session. It would be very interesting, guys. Trust me. So what are you assuming? How many days do you have for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation? So JEE Mains preparation, let me tell you guys, maybe only 90 days. November, December, January. Okay, forget the October month. October month will go into all your, to adjust your plan, to adjust your schedule, to get adjusted to the new schedule. You have 90 days. Maybe it's happening in February. Definitely it's not happening in, April, etc. Okay, expected to, at worst case, happen in February. Okay. So that being said, guys, only 90 days is what you have. So plan accordingly. Now, what I'm saying is, now on your paper, right, or on your notebook, see which among, this classification you belong to. What do I mean by which among this classification? I'll explain each classification individually. Let me come to the first one. Generally, if you have been sincerely attending classes from the day one, etc., or if you have been preparing very sincerely, you're probably in this blue box. You're fully prepared and only 20% is left, which means within the next 3 months, you'll be completing the 20% of the syllabus. Okay. The second classification is you completed the first year completely. You're completely gone through syllabus, mechanics, etc., including, I just don't mean physics, guys. You can do the same analysis for chemistry, math, etc. But we'll be discussing the details of the syllabus of physics, the low-hanging fruit analysis, etc. would be just for physics. But you can do the same analysis for the rest of the subjects as well. You need to understand this thing. Honestly, you need to understand this thing because it totally matters. Okay, if you have completed the first year and only 50% of the second year syllabus is remaining, very good. In these two situations, you can be very confident about your JEE Mains. I'm not saying, you can't crack JEE Mains if at all, you didn't begin your preparation right now. There are strategies. You need to move according to the planning, right? And if at all you come along this, green and the red domain, don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of your failures. If you're afraid of your failures, you're thinking about failures, you're not thinking about success. And ultimately, you need to start thinking about success. You need to plan for it and you need to create that positivity. If you get discouraged, you are the one who was supposed to prepare, right? If you get discouraged, your mom or your dad can't prepare for you. So don't get discouraged. What I'm saying is a different strategy is needed. Okay, if at all you say I'm very good with first year syllabus, I begin with second year syllabus. The reason is, it's not right now a 1 year preparation for you. Many things have been cut down. So accordingly, you can also expect some modification in your syllabus, etc., in your paper. So don't worry about it. So if you just begin the second year, you put yourself in the third classification. Each one of you will get a strategy. And if you're totally prepared, you will absorb some of the strategies of this 20% guy, which may be very less people, If you're totally not at all prepared, only partially completed few things of first year, you need to adopt altogether a different strategy for physics. So be it any subject, it's going to be altogether a different thing. Okay, so let's get into it and start understanding one thing. So make this checklist, guys. Make this checklist. Throughout this video, you'll be making this checklist. Mark down the completed topics. First of all, you need to do it. Before we get into this, take a moment. Mark down the completed topics. For an example, let's say you completed entire thing in mechanics except for work, power, energy. Within the session, you will come to know whether you need to complete the work, power, energy, whether you need to, do rotational mechanics for JEE Mains, because we are discussing from the perspective of JEE Mains. Okay, so mark down the completed topics and assess your standing. What do I mean by assess your standing? Like, you need to understand the ground reality. Don't compare yourself with your peers. Totally does not make sense, because different kind of preparation, different kind of environment, different kind of maybe even lecturers or teachers, etc. So it does not matter. Don't compare yourself with your peers. Absolutely, absolutely useless. Don't do this. You need to stay motivated. That is when this entire thing will work. Be it anything, you need to stay confident throughout your preparation, else it's just a waste of time. Okay, understand the reality and say that you will do it honestly. This entire analysis or this preparation from now on, you'll be doing it very, very honestly. Okay, you maybe sometimes it can be such that you're thinking I have completed current electricity. Maybe not. Sometimes you need to maintain the completeness, guys. Even if you come under the 80% domain, I hope you have already done the classification. Whether you come under the 80% domain, it's almost fully prepared. You're moving according to the schedule. You will be on track. You are actually a little ahead of things, because it typically takes 2 years of intensive coaching to complete, or at least 2 years of free time for you to complete the syllabus. That is just an honest say. There's no way out of that. Generally 2 years, guys. Okay, and JEE means typically 2 years. Okay, because the syllabus is vast compared to JEE Advanced. It's 2 years thing, and maybe there is a way to complete it in 3 months. Maybe there is a way to complete it in 90 days. So don't worry about it. Honestly assess things. Know the reality. It is not important that you compare with others, or if you don't make the checklist or getting discouraged. Totally does not matter. You can do it. It's very important that you understand that you can do it, and you totally know you can do it. Okay, you need to get that kind of confidence inside you. Let's say if you don't have this confidence, and if you're spending your a lot of time just thinking about I haven't completed the syllabus, nothing is going to change, right? Is that going to change anything? If I'm thinking just I haven't completed the syllabus, is this the time to get started? I've seen my friend, oh my god, he does the entire paper, let's say of 25 questions in 25 minutes. He's so ahead of me. Does it matter? It's a competitive exam. Everything is anonymous. Now your preparation matters. It does not, if your friend is well prepared, does not mean you're not going to perform well. You have this 3 months. In this 90 days, you have to realistically prepare your schedule based on this 90 days. And you of course know you can do it. So you should stay motivated throughout the session, throughout this analysis. You need to be realistic. You can lie to someone else. You can go and say yes, I've done it, but maybe you need to understand it from inside. And let me tell you another thing, guys. Sometimes you are realistically thinking you have done it, but once you start solving it, you'll understand it, how much has been done. Depends upon your coaching, depends upon your place where you got educated, depends upon your board, etc. But first of all, you need to have that intention to make it happen, and you should understand you can do it. Very important, you can do it. And you should think inside yourself that you are unstoppable. No one can stop you. It's very important, right? You're totally unstoppable because you have come to this session. You are attending this session because you're confident about it. If you think, what is the strategy session going to help me? How is this analysis going to help me? 10 years data analysis, whether this is going to help you. Guys, trust me. You can be, the smartest person in the room. And ultimately, when it comes to JEE means a JEE Advanced exam, it's not just about the smartest person in the room. It's also about how well and strategically you're prepared for the session. And of course, you're unstoppable because you are on the session. And you can make it happen. So that is where we are, the entire thing lies. This is where you are, the entire turning point for you lies. So you need to understand this is the place to get started. You are on the right track and you are assessing yourself. You are marking down everything. You're making a checklist. You are initially classified how well prepared you are. So how well prepared you are, you'll come to know once you have a look at your syllabus. You'll typically download the syllabus from NTA, and what you'll do, we'll be discussing few topics. Actually, you need to mark within that important topics, because beyond the topics questions are not asked anyway. And have you covered that syllabus completely? Completely is very important. Why I'll tell you completely is very important, especially if you don't come on the right side of the classification. Let's say on the green and the red one, where you're not at all prepared or where you haven't at all done the second year. Probably you want to maintain the completeness. You want to take a different strategy if you're not even prepared a little bit. It's altogether a different strategy. You are unstoppable and you are the rock star today, and this 3 months or maybe next 5 months. Okay, maybe the JEE mains is happening in April, so you need to be prepared for it. Really well prepared for it. So you need to stay motivated throughout this preparation time. All right, nothing should distract you. Distraction is absolutely not worth it, because you are going to make, you are actually going to do something that can impact your career, impact your life. Now all you can do is stay energetic like this rock star over here. And how would that happen? This would all happen if you have a positive thinking, and this is something that you have to maintain. Right, you need to maintain a very positive mindset, and this mindset is going to help you assessing the reality, understanding that you can do it. That's why you are over here. Even you know what, you need to keep that intention inside you during your exam also, that you can do it. And you are unstoppable, and you are the rock star. You are going to enjoy this entire journey. So yes, now let's get into the analysis part of it. So this is just a brief. We'll be having a detailed look at the end, each and every topic. Like mechanics, we'll be seeing what all exist in mechanics, whether rotational mechanics is important for JEE mains. Maybe it is one of the most important topic when it comes to JEE mains. May not be the most important topic when it comes to JEE. So first of all, understand these things. Mechanics and electromagnetism is something that you have to complete. It's time taking, of course. Why you have to complete? Once we get into weightage analysis, right, it's 70% of it. This two topics are around 70% of the paper. If you want to complete the 70% of the paper, then you need to at least attack one of these topics. You cannot maintain completeness. Maintain completeness, maybe you don't want to do NL, maybe you don't want to do circular motion, maybe they are just time consuming, maybe work power energy is not required, maybe you want to just focus this 3 months on a side track on rotational mechanics, or maybe some other topic that is going to help you. And yes, the same thing goes for electromagnetism as well. You need to maintain completeness, because these two topics are at least one of them you need to do. And when we are talking about the easy pie, it comprises of optics, thermodynamics, sounds and waves, modern physics, and general physics. General physics is something that I would say easiest among everything. And next would come optics. Okay. Typically next would be optics, or let's say even thermodynamics can be sorted into this. Modern physics is also easy, but it depends. Okay, some years it's like one of the most asked topics, some years it's like 2 questions you have altogether in your paper. Okay, let's get into the thing then. Now what you're going to do is you're going to demarcate all the subjects, not just for physics. You will be doing that for physics now, but later on you'll be doing it for your chemistry, math as well. You need to classify whether the subject that you're dealing with, whether the topic that you're dealing with, for an example, whether optics is easy for you, or optics comes under the tougher one, or whether it's medium for you. Medium means, let's say I'm attempting 10 questions, and I'm getting anywhere around 5 to 7 questions as correct, or 4 to 7 questions as correct. Tough means you're attending 10 questions, and it typically takes a lot of time, and you are able to only crack 3 to 5 questions, or 2 to 5, or 0 to 5. Easy means typically you are able to do 8 to 10. You're able to do 8 to 10 of the sample questions, it comes under the easy one. You need to classify it according to yourself. Hi Ayush, hi. And then you need to take the decision. So this is the difficulty analysis. One side of your paper, one side you have just in the beginning you have marked your preparedness. You will be reanalyzing your preparedness using the syllabus, etc., whatever you have done until now. And then what you will be doing is you will be demarcating your paper into 3, or you will be dividing your paper into 3 and write down easy, medium, tough formula. And this analysis will happen after some time after the session, not immediately during the session. This will happen after some time after the session. So how do you know whether something is very easy for you, or whether something is very tough for you, whether something is not moderate for you? You know it already. For an example, let's say you know current and electricity really well. Even if I ask you from anywhere in the current electricity, some other concept, you'll be able to answer it. You know electrostatics really well, you'll be able to answer it. You know rotational mechanics really well, you'll be able to answer it. So that is the kind of thing that will, you know, kind of it will guide you. Your mind will be saying, I know this topic already. Maybe, you know, even 5 questions you're doing it wrong, but still it is an easy thing for you. You can do it. Good, Arjun. This session is for you. Slowly, Arjun, what you need to do, you know, like one of the students have a very interesting question. So he said that he has done 75% of the 11th class syllabus and 50% of 12th is backlog. You're not in a very bad situation, let me tell you. You're honestly in a very good situation. This is how most of the JEE, successful JEE aspirants are at this moment. Maybe you can be also a JEE Advanced aspirant, you never know. 75% of 11th class syllabus, that means you left the 25%. So during the analysis, you'll understand what you need to do. 75% of 11th class syllabus is good. But 50% of 12th class syllabus is little, you know, you are having a good backlog. So, of course, now you need to make a decision based on all the weightage, guys. You can't just make a decision without an analysis. Analysis is the key. Okay. Okay, 3/4 is the backlog. So then you'll be coming under 25%, 50%, 70% is what you're done. You're half prepared. So you'll be coming on the right side of it. I'll be telling you during the session what you need to do. First of all, do your analysis. Now, until now, we have just started demarketing things. So take down your pen and paper and note down whether, and one more thing, guys, you need to note down whether you're good with mechanics or whether you're good with electromagnetism. One of the things you will be definitely be good with, don't worry. And one of the thing you need to cover, because 70% of your paper is this, right? So the same thing goes for your Arjun. You need to mark it, and finally at the end of the session, you know, once you have had a look at the entire session, you'll get the plan. Your mind will start building the plan, don't worry. So you need to know whether which of these topics you have completed. This is just a broad description. We'll get into, you know, detailed description, and now you'll be demarketing whether it's tough, medium, easy. One of the ways to know whether a topic is easy for you, and you know it already. You have already completed, you already attended the lectures, you already given some test series around it, you already gone through some book like DC Pandey, HC Worm or Resnick, don't consider it, but generally HCV or DC. Okay. And the other way is, you know, you love this topic. You haven't done it yet. You love optics, but you haven't done it yet. You love maybe like electromagnetism, but you haven't done it yet. You love magnetism, you haven't done it yet. Once you start liking a topic, right, it becomes really easy. And Arjun, is this just with respect to physics or with respect to every single subject? What is your preparation right now? So one of the ways is you love this topic, and the other one is you know the topic, and the next one is going to be you'll analyze your past performance. So you'll be typically marking whether how you have done in your test series, whether it is easy to you or tough to you or moderate to you, whether your score was very low or etc. Then you'll typically mark it as, you know, something that you need to work around depending upon the weightage of the. Okay. Analyze your performance. You'll mark it on it. You know, if you scored really well, you'll mark it as easy. This way, this would be easy for you. This would anywhere be, you know, like tough for you. It depends totally upon your preparation, your understanding, etc. Your past performance will tell you the truth. Not exactly, you know, that is what is going to happen. Maybe, you know, you are lucky and you are getting everything in the exam what you have studied. Very lucky. That is not lucky, that's very lucky. Generally, that does not happen. JEE means splits your paper, or even JEE Advanced committee splits your paper such that, you know, this luck factor is eliminated to some extent. So analyze your past performance, solve some PYQs. Straight away, if you understood a concept, go and solve a PYQ. Each concept, try and solve a PYQ without looking into the solution. Each concept, I mean each concept, not, you know, each topic, not each individual topic. Let's say you have completed lenses. Let's say you completed prism. Prism is one of the most asked topics. You have completed that concept, go and try and solve a PYQ around it. PYQs around them, and then you will come to know, okay, this is something that I can easily deal with. You may not necessarily get all the PYQs, because PYQs also come under easy, difficult and moderate category. So you may want to see if you are able to solve the majority of PYQs. Good question, Anand. So one of the students is asking whether I should be starting 11th or 12th. I'm doing 11th. Can I do, I'm doing 12th. Can I start 11th in the sideways? So can we focus more on test taking in 12th? It depends, Anand. Like which part of 11th you have completed. If you have completed a part of 11th that is not going to fetch you any, weightage, probably you may want to do the 11th parallelly. But if you have left the part of 11th, which is totally not asked in JEE mains, which is least asked in JEE mains, not a favorite topic of examiner, then probably that is something that you don't want to do. Up until now, we have just talked about to analyze which topic is easy to you, but we haven't yet discussed whether you should be starting off with the topic. It really is a very, up until now, this is a subjective thing, guys. It is for you, this might be an easy topic for you. This, rotational mechanics might be the easiest topic. You're able to solve the PYQs, you know it already, or you love it, etc. But you're analyzed even your past performance, that's very good. But we need to understand whether, if this is an easy topic, whether you should go for it. So we haven't yet got into that discussion. We will getting into the discussion based on the data, guys. Okay, data tells the truth. Data is basically, the projection of what you need to do. Okay, it can be your most favorite topic, but it may consume time and you may want to not touch it. It has the least weightage. Don't worry, Arjun. Don't worry. If you know the concept, it's easy, guys. So the best thing for you is, Arjun, start solving the PYQs, and first of all, do your analysis in the session. Understand which topics are those ones which you need to do PYQs around, and then choose your syllabus strategically, guys. Strategically move into it. NLM and friction is what you are covered. Bad idea. Okay, I'll be taking up a query. So one of our discussions in the session will be a student who is having, near about 75% backlog in 11th class, and how he should be approaching it. And I think Anand's question is also the same. So once we get into the weightage analysis, you'll understand it, what you need to do. NLM and friction is something you might not want to do it. But all right, let's get into the discussion then. So now what you're going to do is, like Arjun and Anand and any other student, what you're going to do is mark your topics into weakness, strengths, incomplete and needs attention. Okay, for an example, let's say I've completed mechanics. So under strengths and weakness, these two things you'll come to only know if you have completed them. Okay. If you didn't complete them, you don't know, whether it's a strength or a weakness. You can't say I've partially completed current and electricity, I know it's my strength. You should have completed fully. Maintain completeness, students, because the syllabus is split. Your paper will be split in such way. You'll notice that there will be, at least 3 questions in every paper from current and electricity. Something that you may want to focus on. Okay. Let's come to that point later during our weightage analysis. First of all, what you're going to do is you're going to now classify these topics. If physics is your real problem, classify these topics. This will help you, because the syllabus is somewhat interrelated, etc. You can make a decision very easily. You've done the mechanics, you already know about mechanics, but you think mechanics is not your favorite topic, mark it under weakness. If you have done the optics, but if you don't know optics, you may want to mark it under weakness. You know sound, but you're not able to do the problems, you're failing on, let's say 7 out of 10 problems, then mark it under weakness. Let's say you've done electrostatic and you feel it's a cakewalk, mark it under your strength. Current and electricity, you know it really well, mark it under your strength. Thermodynamics, mark it under your strength. You know it really well. And some topics might be there, like units and dimensions, you haven't covered it. Maybe it only takes 15 hours to 10 hours to do this. 1 day is what you have to spend, and you will be able to crack 1 question. Same goes for waves. This is something that you can complete in maybe few hours, few days, and you may be able to do 2 questions. Same goes for current electricity. Maybe you can complete it in like half a month or 1 month if you're doing it dedicatedly, and you can score 3 questions. You want to move very strategically, so make this chart. This chart is very important for you. So don't worry, Anand, your strategy should be altogether very different. Your strategy will be, during our preparedness analysis, your strategy is going to be the first thing. So don't worry about it. You're well prepared. That is very good. So focus, yeah. Okay. For students who are really well prepared, right? We'll come to that point later though. But first of all, start mapping it down. Start writing down the topics in a table. May not be the table, may not look necessarily like this. Maybe on each paper you want to write down your strengths, weaknesses, and incomplete topics and that needs attention. Basically incomplete topics, the topics that you haven't touched, or it's like half complete. Both will come under this. Half complete will also come under this, guys. Okay, in physics it's really important that you understand the entire syllabus, because the entire topic, because each topic is given weightage, not each subtopic is given weightage. Generally subtopics are not given weightage. Sometimes you notice few topics are given heavy weightage. For an example, JEE Advanced, you notice that prism is given good amount of weightage, but not necessarily, right, all the time. So you want to maintain completeness, because that top from optics, from ray optics, geometrical optics, you'll definitely get a question or 2 questions or 3 questions. So you want to maintain the completeness. And for students like like Anand, who is saying I don't have any backlogs, but I'm rather focusing on 11th as well. So this is the most important thing, guys, for everyone. Okay, for you it would be like you'll be killing your weakness, Anand. You need to kill your weakness. If you have completed your syllabus, all you need to do is you need to focus on the things that you need attention for, and you'll be killing your weakness. For rest of the students, there is a strategy. Let's move into it. So now this is the most important part, and in this part I'll do a thing. I'll be also taking up the perspective of Arjun, because Arjun is the one who's a little bit behind in this thing, and he needs the most robust strategy. For example, Anant is very good. He's very confident. He's applying for KVPY, etc. He's that top-notch performer. He might be the top-notch performer. Even if not, Anand, what you can do is you can practice a bunch of mock tests, a bunch of PYQs. That's all you need to do. You will get onto the top. So that's not a problem. You need to keep on attending test series, and you need to keep on whatever topic comes to your mind, whatever you think your weakness is, you'll kill that weakness. So it's very easy for you. For rest of the students, very, very important. Even for Anand, it's very important, because during your revisions, you need to know which is that one. So I've kept it literally as a low-hanging fruit. Something that has heavy weightage and that is very easy to you is the thing that you want to target first. Because you're not going to be rewarded for solving a tougher question. If you're solving the toughest question in the paper and spending 20 minutes on it, that is an absolute waste of time, right? Absolutely, Anand. Isn't it? So let's say there is this toughest question from like rotational mechanics. Even though it's a heavyweight topic, you spend 20 minutes on solving it. No one is going to award you for solving the toughest question. It matters how many marks you pocket. So you want to grab the questions that are the easiest. And then you want to grab, now in this case I'm talking about questions, but you know what, we are talking about topics now. Easy and high weightage is something easy for you, and it has a high weightage is something that you want to grab first. I'll also hint you towards few topics that are most frequently asked in past 10 years. From these topics, definitely questions will come. No matter what, questions will always come from those topics. That is something that you have to do. You have to choose among those lists which is those ones that you have to do based on your preparedness, guys. Your preparedness matters. And something that has low weightage, very tough, may not be the right thing to do, and does not even have any relation with the topic. For an example, 1D, 2D motion basics, everyone has to study. There's no way out of it, right? So that thing is something that you have to do. But assuming like you're spending hours and hours and hours on let's say something like the waves is very important. Let's say fluid mechanics, where you will only get one question. You don't want to do that. It's a good weightage. NLM, you will spend a month or 2 or 3 on NLM. if you have 75% backlog in your first year syllabus, NLM is something that you don't want to do. But one of the favorite topic of everyone, good to understand topic. Good for JEE Advanced, NLM, you'll get combination of questions of NLM, etc., etc. Something that you want to understand, but basics are good enough, even in JEE Advanced. So based on the weightage, you'll be also making decision. One is your ease, like, you feel this topic as easy. I told you those 4 techniques to analyze. I know it, I love it, and I've done these test series on it, and I've performed really well. And the fourth one is going to be, you solve PYQs and you feel very easy. And then you will analyze the weightage, which we are going to analyze, so don't worry. And among those, you'll be making the decision, which is the easy one for you. So do remember, always grab the low-hanging fruit. The most important thing, be it you are like, one of the students who has done everything and you are thinking about revision, still grab the low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit is meant for everyone, guys. Understand that concept. Low-hanging fruit is meant for everyone, so you need to grab it. If you are not grabbing it, if you are spending the time on the high-hanging fruit, and if you are trying to jump and grab that fruit and finally grab that fruit, it does not matter. It does not matter at all. Your focus should be on the low-hanging fruit. So let's grab the low-hanging fruit. We need to do some analysis. So now we will get started with the most important part. The most important part. So first part of it, you'll just understand how the syllabus has changed, because there is why am I really analyzing 2019 2020 papers is because like literally 20 papers are not happened during these 2 times. Like I'm saying less 26 papers are not happened just last, right? So 26 papers and odd happened just last year. So again next year the same thing is going to happen. So you can kind of intuit what is the weightage, broad understanding of the weightage. Like this is the kind of questions. How many from electromagnetism? Should I be focusing on electromagnetism or should I be focusing on mechanics? So it depends. One thing is, should I be focusing on electromagnetism or should I be focusing on mechanics? So when this question comes to your mind, one, you will have a look at the weightage. Both of them almost have equally distributed weightage. If you notice any paper, okay. If you notice any paper, you will notice that both of them would have same kind of weightage. And which is the one that you have to focus on? Whichever is easy to you. If at all you're well prepared, if you're like super prepared and you're well done with the both topics, but one of the topic is tougher for you, you want to kill that weakness. But if you haven't yet started preparing and one of the topics is weak for you, I'm talking about just those 2 important topics, mechanics and electromagnetic. You want to go for the one that is easier for you. You have some background in it. For an example, in your case, Arjun, maybe you want to do, you want to focus more on mechanics and selected topic around electromagnetism. I'll tell you what are those selected topic around electromagnetism, because you've already done until NLM, which is considered to one of, NLM friction is one considered to be like, if you've done completely the NLM and the friction part of it, you probably understand 1D, 2D. So many things you have covered in a way, in a mechanics. So that's why I'm telling you, realistically write it down, guys. You even don't know, you might have completed the topic and you're still thinking you haven't done it yet. That is also possible. Sometimes you're thinking you have done it, but you haven't done it yet. So write it down honestly, topic wise topic. Every single topic must be clear. So now let's get into JEE Mains 2020 September date analysis. So this is like the total number of questions from all the 10 papers, etc. So September, the recent one that happened, not 10 papers this time, it was like 16 papers in September. So in the September session, so I think it was 16 papers or 10 papers, around 10 papers happened, right? That was 6 papers, 10 papers. Okay. So in this thing, if you noticed, this is a standard trend, right? Electricity, magnetism, 75 questions. Mechanics, which is a first year topic, 80 questions. Some topics that are very easy could have been the low hanging fruit, 20 questions. It's not just like one paper, it's the combination of all paper. I wanted to bring the combination of all papers because you have a better understanding of what is the weightage. We'll be ultimately getting to the weightage, right? Weightage of each topic from this kind of thing, because this gives you an average understanding and like sort of like a true value, you can say. from which you can understand which is the topic you need to focus on definitely. So from this you understood, you can't miss mechanics and electricity, magnetism. Either one of them should be really good. Really good means at least you're able to do 50% of the paper. Okay, so you need to target around one of them. You can't live one of them. If you're very good with both of them, you want to kill the weakness. Let's say I'm very good with electricity and magnetism, not so good with mechanics. I want to kill my weakness, but still not kill my weakness around those topics that are irrelevant for my preparation. And same goes for modern physics, optics and thermal physics. These three are also very important. Now rest comes everything together, but sometimes this rest can be very easy. These topics can be very, very, very easy. You never know. Okay, that was about the last shift. And during the first shift, during the January shift, if you analyze the questions, again, current and electricity, or the electricity and magnetism was a leader. Electromagnetism is almost in the first paper, mechanics, in the second paper, the mechanics was more. In the April session, mechanics was more. But during the first session, electricity and magnetism was more. Electromagnetism had the most weightage. Anywhere around, all the papers combined, 45 questions. We are talking about JEE Mains. Now, mechanics, you had 35 questions. Okay. And optics, you had 15 questions. Modern physics, you had 12 questions. Thermal physics, you had. So, pretty much you understood one thing. There are three topics that if you had grabbed properly, if at all, in this 3 months, if you think of, three topics, it could be electricity and magnetism, optics, these both would be a second year topics. And maybe one among the modern physics and mechanics, modern physics and thermal physics. Maybe you want to go for thermal physics, maybe you want to go for modern physics, depending upon your preparation of thermal physics. These are some topics that you want to definitely do so that you can get to that 99%. You can't, just ignore these topics. Very important topics. Little lengthier, but you have to do it ultimately. That's why they're lengthier, right? They're more time taking, they have more weightage. And broadly talking about, class 11 and class 12, physics, the same thing happened even in JEE Advanced. In fact, more was asked from class 11 in JEE Advanced, but it was almost a 52% of the paper was from class 12 and 48% was from class 11. This was last year. The reason could have been COVID-19. Generally, it tends to be like 60% and 40%. For rest of the syllabus, generally it's 60-40. But last year, this year, 2020, there was a little bit changes in the paper. Maybe due to COVID. Generally due to COVID. This is, if you can observe the same kind of trend in JEE Advanced and JEE Mains, probably it's due to. Okay, still the COVID is going on, so plan accordingly. Whichever you haven't done correctly, right? You haven't got an opportunity to complete second year, let's say. You haven't got an opportunity to complete the first year, let's say. That may not be the most asked one, so don't worry about it. Okay, so don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. Totally don't worry about it. Because worry is not going to help you. Ultimately, your analysis, your efforts are going to help you. So let's do a thing. Let's move out of this COVID arena and move into 2019 paper analysis, 2019 mains paper analysis. So 3 questions was asked from current and electricity. See, this guy is dancing over here. That means these are some topics that you want to do, and it is quite easy. This is divided into subtopics. Okay. Again, everything will be divided into subtopics. That was a broad analysis of the 2020 paper, January and September paper. But now let's come to subtopics, topic wise analysis and start marking it. I know this is not the point to mark it. Ultimately, we'll go to frequently asked thing. But 2019 and 2020 is indicating a very different direction. Ultimately, your mind will start directing you towards the direction. At the end of the session, you will start thinking about this is the thing that I want to do. Current and electricity, always you will get 3 questions. If you analyzed your past year papers, 2 to 3 questions is the at minimum you will get. Optics generally 2 questions. This year, 2019, you got 3 questions. Heat and thermodynamics 3 questions. Modern physics 2 questions. Waves 2 questions. Electrostatics 2 questions. Magnetism 2 questions. Communication 1 question. Okay. In few papers it was like 2 questions. In few papers it was like 1 question. So current electricity is something that you can definitely grab, guys. Trust me. The beauty of current electricity is it is not at all dependent upon rest of the topic. Optics and current electricity is something that you can individually choose until and unless a combination of question is given to you, which does not happen in JEE Mains. Very complex, complicated questions not given to you in JEE Mains. Hence, you can assume that if you complete current electricity and optics, you can crack 6 questions altogether in your paper, or 5 questions. Okay, electrostatics, magnetism, you need to make a decision. Anyway, you need to understand electrostatics to get into magnetism. So that way you need to make an analysis. But current electricity, you can take it up individually, guys. You can take it up individually and finish it. Optics, you can take it up individually and finish it. If you do both of them parallelly, it's a 2-month task at max. At the max, along with the first year topic or some easy topic. Okay. Electrostatics is also something that you can focus on. Absolutely. Dropper can also crack JEE, guys. Okay, everyone will have a different strategy. You need to assess yourself honestly. That's all you need to do. So these are some interesting topics, so easy ones. Again, if you look at some of the other topics, see, this is all classified according to the weightage of 2019 paper. Current electricity most asked, optics most asked, then heat and thermo most asked, modern physics 2 questions were asked, waves 2 questions were asked, electrostatics 2 questions were asked. Then comes to communication, almost 1 and 2 questions were asked. Then units dimensions, 1 question was asked, but very easy. Again, a low hanging fruit. Think about it as heavy weightage, easy are the low hanging fruits. If you ask me which are the low hanging fruits, I would say units and dimensions, kinematics, definitely 1 question will be asked in JEE Mains, either for 1D, 2D, projectile. All of them are easy. I would say this. Maybe then I'll go for gravitation. Then I'll go for First of all, I'll go for current electricity or optics. This is not even wave optics. This is just, I think, geometrical optics. Okay, first of all, I'll go for current electricity. Then I'll go for probably like modern physics or optics. And then maybe I'll move for heat and thermo. And then, if at all time permits, I'll quickly complete electrostatics. If I'm totally new to this topic, I'm not talking about a situation, guys, where you know half of it, where you don't know half of it. If you don't know half of it, just complete that half of it. That is more important, right? Among these topics, if you know half of NLM, you don't want to go for rest of half of NLM. Hi Rupesh, hi. Absolutely, Parth. Absolutely. We'll make a different video, but you know what? This will be absolutely useful for you as well. Okay, you'll understand the weightage, you'll understand the paper pattern. So one of the good questions from a student, will this session be useful for 2022 aspirants? Of course, guys, because we're also analyzing the syllabus of 11th class syllabus, and you need to understand which are those topics you need to attend very, very sincerely during your class. And 2022 aspirants, don't think that the time is very far away. You have 1 year. Do you think you have more? No, you have 1 year. Okay, yeah, I don't think so. It won't get postponed, Rupesh. Don't think from that perspective, students. Will it get postponed? No. You want to prepare your best. If it gets postponed, good. Focus on rest of the topics. If you already covered current electricity, optics, thermo, modern physics, waves, if it gets postponed, go for electrostatics and magnetism. Maybe you complete a half of magnetism, complete the rest. You don't want to waste the time. Do that. And then I'll also say EMI is good enough. This is also low hanging fruit. Now let's come to those topics which are the least asked. Sometimes not even 1 question came in the paper. Worst one would be work power energy. For 2019 now. 2019, the worst one was work power energy. NLM has a history of being one of the worst topics. Even though the concept is highly recommended by every lecturer across India. Like NLM is where you get started with. You go to any class, NLM is where the next thing where every lecturer will be spending on, because it is very necessary for your basic understanding. But one of the worst topics when you are thinking about your preparedness. Okay, you don't at all want to spend your time on analysis, work per energy, circular motion, and alternating currents. These three topics will take a lot of time. Rather, you can focus on rigid body dynamics, rotational motion, something like that. Not even on that, guys. Maybe kinematics, gravitation, units and dimensions, I would say, and to some extent SHM. And definitely first would be current and electricity according to me. Second would be optics. Third would be heat and thermo. Third would be modern physics, and fourth would be heat and thermo. And fifth would be waves. And sixth would be this combined together. I'll try to complete this in 1 month if I was you. Okay, this way I could have attempted more than 60% of the paper. That is it. I need not worry about anything. And units and dimensions. Units and dimensions any day. Very less amount of time. A lot of you can do it even at the end. Not a big deal. And definitely these would be the topics that I would not be doing. Okay, I believe everyone got your answer. Let's move on to the next thing then. So now let's do a thing. Let's analyze the 10-year data. Okay, this is like 2 years data up until now, 2019, 2020. But a lot of papers happen. If you're going to analyze 10 years data, it is going to show you the trend. It will tell you which is the most frequently asked topics, which is the topic that you cannot omit, which is the which is a topic maybe you don't want to focus on, maybe you don't want to spend your time on, you don't want to worry about, because you're planning according to your hours are limited 90 days. You can, let's say you can study max to max 12 hours a day. Still time is limited. It's not a lot of time. You need to complete math, you need to complete physics, you need to complete chemistry. So that's a lot of tasks. Let's do a thing. So past 10 years says that mechanics is the most asked topic. 32% of your paper will be from mechanics. So it is interchangeable. Sometimes electromagnetism, sometimes mechanics. This is the part of the pie that you cannot ignore to get into one of the top NITs. Okay. One of the thing you have to grab, definitely, this you will hear all the time, and this is totally true. You need to grab one among them. And then it would be like either optics or thermo. You can't ignore any one of them. At least one of them. It can be independent of each other. One of them, how much? Like 40% of the paper. You need to attempt 50% of the paper. At least really well. And then you will be choosing all this, small topics, or you will be choosing nuclear. I'd say some small topics and then nuclear. If you're able to at least grab, optics, thermo, nuclear, others, and one of the big topics, you will be like successfully cracking your JEE. Really, really simple, students. Very simple. A very, very simple strategy is to, maybe just partially cover one part of the pie. If you're in 2021 aspirant, you're probably thinking about this. Anyway, you need to prepare for board for electromagnetism. Why don't you prepare it from the perspective of JEE mains as well? Especially if you're a CBSE student, right? You have a lot of advantage, don't you? Think about it. And optics. You'll be studying optics, you'll be studying electromagnetism, something that you want to cover. Parallelly, maybe you want to focus on thermo. That's it. That's the best thing. So one more important thing, students, don't only think about from the perspective of first attempt. There is also another attempt, probably happening in April, or maybe again in August, etc. Maybe at least it will happen in June, guys. There is no way it is extending beyond June. So at least it is happening in June. So there are 2 attempts. So plan accordingly. There is no issue. I don't mean, start relaxing, going today, you are going to start relaxing. You need to work hard, guys. Because you know what? Everyone is working hard. It's not just you. So, plan accordingly. I would say electromagnetism, if you're in 2021 and if you haven't touched mechanics, you must have done at least 15% of this mechanics. Trust me. Once we get into the most frequently asked topic, right, you'll understand you have done 15% of it. And then probably optics, thermo if time permits, or nuclear. That's it. You're good off with the paper, guys. Good strategy, Arjun. That's what I am going to tell you. Just wait and watch. First of all, assess the good, really good. So Arjun is saying, sir, but also think realistically. During April, it is possible. Absolutely, this is something that you want to do. Like what I told you, there are 2 attempts. So Arjun is asking, sir, what if I do full of 12th and 70% of the 11th perfectly by by April? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what you want to do, but you want to move by the low-hanging fruits. Okay, you just don't want to move by, still you want to move very strategically, Arjun. You don't want to move in a very random direction, but absolutely this is what you want to do, guys. You need to also think about the second attempt, because it's not, if you're like, 80% prepared, maybe you're thinking about the first attempt as your opportunity, but maybe, majority of the students are only, due to all this pandemic, etc., everything, maybe majority of the students are only, like 50% prepared, etc. So this is a very good strategy. That's what you're going to do, but like a little bit of different, direction is needed, and you need to choose your topics even while completing your 12th and even while completing your 11th. 75% of the 11th, which would you do? Depends. Okay. So now let's get into the thing. I hope you have taken a screenshot of the things. Keep taking a screenshot, and you can just note it down on your mobile, or you can note it down on your paper. Now let's get into the most important thing, students. Stay very focused. You'll see something really amazing. Which are the most asked topics in JEE Mains and the least asked topics in JEE? Most asked topics are like the kind of hanging fruit, but you need to assess whether it's a low hanging fruit or a moderately hanging fruit. It has to be one among them. Okay, for an example, like a student who hasn't done anything up until now, as usual, current and electricity is the most asked topic in JEE Mains, which you want to focus on. Magnetism, if it's taking time, quickly jump to nuclear, and if rotation is taking time, jump to ray optics. If electrostatics is taking time, jump to heat transfer. Units and dimensions, definitely. So these are like not just most asked topics, these are like definitely asked topics as well. The first most topics I'm describing over here is 12 topics. You want to at least grab 8 of them. Wave optics, very easy to complete, guys. Trust me, wave optics is very easy to complete. In fact, ray optics takes a lot of time compared to wave optics, because there are n number of situations that you need to discuss. But wave optics would sometimes just be straightforward in your JEE Mains. Semiconductors, easy. Sounds and waves, maybe you want to complete, and then maybe you want to approach these. Have you noticed any 11th class topic a lot? But this is based on 10 years thing. Current and electricity 12th, magnetism 12th, nuclear 12th, ray optics 12th, electrostatics 12th. Yeah, of course, among 11th, heat transfer and units and dimensions, you want to focus on it first. Okay, this is like this is something that you need to note down. This is where you earlier discussion, where you discuss the weightage, which is the most asked topic, whether you are completing how much percentage of the pie. That tells you how much well prepared you are. Did you get my point? So if in this, if you honestly, let's say 50% of my mechanics is complete, 30% of my electromagnetism is complete, 10% of my others is complete, optics I haven't done it yet, I'm only 50% prepared. Nuclear and thermo I haven't done it yet. If not, I'm literally more than 56, 70% prepared, etc. And among the most asked topics, what you need to do is you need to jot down now whether you have done this topic, whether you have done this topic, whether you have done this topic, whether you have done this topic or not. Very important. Very important. These are the top 12 topics that are most asked in JEE. These 2 topics, guys, I would typically recommend completing them. I know magnetism is going to take time, but along with that, there is an advantage. If you do magnetism, current and electricity, and electrostatics, you can complete these things in 1.5 months if you do it dedicatedly. Units and dimensions you can complete in a day. Heat transfers you can complete in 2 or 3 weeks. 4 weeks. Okay, max to max. So I would keep it to like, restricted to 2 weeks, because you would have to give at least ray optics, a month and all, like 30 intensive classes. And then probably I'll choose semiconductors, can be done sometimes even in like 2 days, etc. Wave optics, this can be done in like 1 week, 1.5 weeks, and move accordingly. And the least asked topics are something where you don't want to put your much focus. Work power energy is one of, this is like coming in the I would say ascending order. Vectors, very less asked. What do I mean by vectors? Basic vectors of physics, not of math. Vectors is one of the most asked topics. Vectors of physics is one of the least asked topics. You don't want to spend your time at all on vectors. Much basics you need to know. IJ cap, how do you apply it? Given any problem, how do you solve it? That exclusively vectors is very less asked. AC circuits, very less asked. Communication, we observed that in last year's paper, that is 2019's paper, I'm not talking 2020 paper, it is one of the most asked topics. Like a heavyweight topic, you can say. It's not a most asked topic, but generally it's a least asked topic. SHM, one of the least asked topic. Solids, one of the least asked topic. Motion in 1D and 2D, least asked topic, but definitely asked topic. Sure. This is like, sure, you can say this. Maybe you want, even though it's a least asked topic, you want to give some priority, and also very good, very important for understanding this. NLM, work power energy, not at all necessary sometimes. NLM, not at all necessary sometimes. Again, we are seeing the same thing. NLM, work power energy, guys, if you haven't done it, don't worry about it. Don't worry about the amount of time you want to spend on it. Make your decision very wisely. That is the most important thing now. It's not about what you have done until now. Even if you have completed 80% of the syllabus, and if you haven't completed current and electricity, magnetism and electrostatics, there you go, you have made the biggest mistake of your life. And ray optics. Maybe rotation, you want to think a little bit, it will take a little bit of time, and it requires mechanics background a lot. So maybe a little bit, but if you're good with mechanics, maybe go for rotation. Maybe parallelly you go for rotation. I hope you understood this point. This is something you have to note down, guys. Now let's do the best low-hanging fruit analysis, which is the best analysis of the day according to me. Why it's the best analysis of the day? Because much of our decisions up until now, you have just made the chart. I believe if you're doing it, please do make the strength weakness chart, realistic assessment, checklist, topics, most asked topics, least asked topic, weightage wise analysis, at least these three things. If not 2019 2020 data, is fine. Mark it down to understand how questions can be asked. At least from them, try to understand which are the least asked topics. Okay, from 2019 and 2020 data. But now this is one of the major analysis that you're going to do. Now analysis begins. Until now, what it was writing down on the chart, a part of analysis. I wouldn't lie, that is absolutely true. Now you're going to do low fruit analysis, low hanging fruits analysis. Now you want to grab those topics that are definitely meant for you. Why am I stating this as the low hanging fruits are? Because they are very easy, they are very less time taking, if at all, especially if you are not yet prepared at all, and if you're planning to score even in the April session, this is maybe the order that you want to move in. Definitely asked topics, current and city, most asked topic, independent of rest of the topics. Hence it's a low hanging fruit. It's easy. It's generally, if you're getting 3 questions, all the 3 questions can't be tough. Understand that point. Okay, your 30% of the paper can be tough. That means one of the current and electricity question can be tough. At least 2 of the questions will be easy. So definitely something that you want to grab. Units and dimensions, something you want to do. Very easy to do. Ray optics, one independent of rest of the topics. These are very important, guys. Thermodynamics you want to do. Of course, magnetism is one of the most asked topics, but if you do electrostatics and capacitors, then magnetism becomes easy. Of course, I would say magnetism, it's definitely a foolishness not to put magnetism for your April session. Okay, If at all you're not doing a magnetism, you have missed one of the heavyweight topics, which is after current and electricity. But if you move in this order, right, I mean like somewhat in this order, you would realize in 1.5 months you are well off with things, because magnetism you need to do electrostatics, and then you would also a little bit of current and electricity. Then you would realize that, oh my goodness me, I've missed a lot of time. Don't move in an anxiety, don't move in a very random path. Maybe move in a little bit of this path, like not exactly. Then maybe just as soon as you complete capacitors, you jump to magnetism, and on the side track you're doing semiconductors and communication or wave optics. I've marked wave optics over here because maybe it's important, but not the most asked. It's easy, maybe not the most asked. This is not just based on 1 year analysis, guys, quite a few years analysis. Okay, and now let's come to like what you should be doing, whether if you are falling under one of these classification, one of these categories. Anyway, we are going to begin our discussion with I'm fully prepared, only 20% is left, I know everything, etc. kind of people, because it's quite easy. And if you have completed the first year and 50% of the second year is lagging, you need a very different strategy. And if you are good with the first year syllabus but just begin with the second year syllabus, a little bit behind, you need a different strategy. I'm not yet prepared, only partially completed. You need altogether a different strategy. Okay. So first of all, guys, if you have completed a hell lot of things, only 20% is left. Amazing, congratulations, you're on the right track. Try to maintain completeness. Go back to each and every topic for next 2 to 3 weeks. See if you have really completed everything. If not, move from the low hanging fruit and wait. Probably you don't want to move from low hanging fruit analysis. You want to first of all move by the weightage. You want to see if magnetism, half of magnetism is incomplete. First thing that you want to target is magnetism. Okay, and then you can move to the 20%. Your 80% is good enough to get you the best rank, right? You don't want to even focus on the 20%. Definitely you're going to do the 20% because you have only 20% left. So first of all, trying to maintain, see if you're maintaining completeness and really grab that 80% of the prize. That is the most important. And then what would you do is, you will first of all analyze if you're completed not the low hanging fruits but the heavyweight topics. Current and electricity, magnetism, rotational mechanics. In your case, if you are claiming 20% is only left, maybe rotational mechanics is the thing that you want to do. If not, even if not, you know what, complete the low hanging fruits first and then move in the order. First low hanging fruits according to me, because it's less time taking if you haven't completed any topic from low hanging fruits. Hence, verify if you have completed low hanging fruits as well. First priority would be weightage, second priority would be low hanging fruits. And then complete PYQs to get a realistic understanding of your preparedness. If you understand your preparedness using PYQs, it gives you a realistic guesstimate of your standing, of your understanding of. Now, once you have done your PYQs, you know which is your weakness, which is your strength. Right? Once you have done your PYQs, you know which is your weakness and which is your strength. And you will also do some mock test. Most important focus of your entire thing, since you have the 80%, you can parallelly do the 20% of syllabus, guys. If you are 80% prepared and only 20% is left, you can parallelly do the 20%. Don't worry about it. Focus on test series. Attending maybe 20% on lectures, just completing the 20% over there. Maybe just some complicated topics you go and do at home. But more and more of test series, you come to know about your weakness. Right now, if you're 80% complete, the most important thing is to identify your weakness. You know why? Because you want to first of all kill your weakness. Right? Now let's come to a situation where this is like half prepared. I would still not call this completely prepared. Even if you have completed first year completely, and 50% of the second year is left over, still you're only half prepared, because sometimes your paper can be, I'm assuming, I'm like calculating everything. If I'm exclusively talking about physics, you're probably 70%, 60%. Okay, 60% is a good value to assume. 70% is a little bit a lot. But rest of the subjects, if you have done this, you're probably even 70% prepared. So your strategy would be altogether different thing. Attack low hanging fruits. So this is the standard thing, guys, except for the 80% guys who will be going by the weightage. 50% guys, what you need to do, attack the low hanging fruits. That is the thing that you want to grab. That is the thing that you want to consume. Hence, it's going to be super easy for you. If you come under 80%, still try to grab the low hanging fruits and see if they come under high weightage. That's the first thing that you want to grab. But if your 20% is left in the heavy weightage topic, you want to go and complete them. But if you're a 50% complete guy, like 50% of my second year is left, rest is all complete, attack the low hanging fruits, grab it first, and then move patient. And verify if you have completed heavyweight topic and move according to the easiness. If you're understanding this, try to listen to this video again and try to simulate things and start making the plan. Your plan should be ready in a week. Your plan should literally be ready in a week, guys. It cannot take longer than that. Plan means plan. You need to execute that plan. So verify if you have completed heavyweight topics. If not, mark that heavyweight topics as easy and medium and tough and attack the medium part. And your focus should also be on killing weakness, because you're like 50-60% prepared. Even if you grab the 70% of the pie, let's say you are able to grab the 70% of the pie by January, 80%, 90% of the pie by April. First, what you need to do is kill your weakness. Same goes for even the 80% guys. You need to kill your weakness first of all. That is very important. Strengths, just keep them fit. The same advice goes for even the 80% guys. You need to keep your strengths fit. You cannot let go the strong part of it. If you let go the strong part of your entire thing, then you are losing the grip. If you're losing the grip in the exam, it is going to become really tough. Okay, so make sure your strengths are good enough that you can finally get into the race and able to get the position that you want. This is a very important thing, right? Don't let go your strengths, because 80% I'm assuming once you're killing your weakness, rest is all your strength. But 50% you need to also maintain your strength. Now you will also focus on PYQs, rather not a lot on test series, because 50% of the syllabus is left until January. That's a good amount of time. So the mock tests for you would begin in January. That would be the time where you want to focus the most on mock test series. Now PYQs you will practice as your mock test and note down the timing, understand your weakness, get your strengths, and start killing your weaknesses and focus on the weightage and the low hanging fruit. Very simple strategy for 80%, 50%. Okay. Now let's talk about I'm good with the first year syllabus, but I've just begun with the second year syllabus. Now we are going to talk about this part of it. Very careful. Your strategy is going to be very different. Why? I'll tell you the reason. Especially, your strategy and your strategy are going to be a little bit different. So if I'm talking about, I have my second year totally left, you need a different thing. You will grab the low hanging fruits of the second year first. Okay, you are good with first year. You need to grab the low hanging fruits of second year. And then probably think about the weightage. Because let's say if you have started focusing on electrostatics, magnetism, everything, current, electricity, etc., it may take even 3 months sometimes. 3 months is not good enough. Maybe you want to focus on current and electricity, maybe you want to parallelly move with one huge topic that is also relevant for your boards, and move along. Arjun, so one of the questions from a student, sir, is it better to spend time on both 11th and 12th simultaneously, or finish 12th by Jan or 11th by March? See students, you're going to only, in terms of physics, you're only going to go for 11th right now, like the part of the syllabus that is incomplete in 11th right now, if you haven't done it properly. If you have done it a little bit properly, if you know things, you're not going to go back to that. Even if 50% of the syllabus is complete, you're not going to go back to that. You will be grabbing the low-hanging fruits and the heavyweight topics. The most important thing is that low-hanging fruits which you get and you are able to succeed in your exam. Ultimately, what matters, not the completeness of syllabus. Sometimes I'm not talking about 80%, 50% students. 80%, 50% students, completeness matters the most. I'm talking about students who have a lot of backlog. What matters the most is the topics that can help you excel in the exam. Later on, you can understand your concepts. Later on, you can pursue your passion. Now, think about the exam. Think about the 90 days, guys. Now, come back to the reality that 90 days is left. I have anywhere around, 80% of my syllabus left. Then what is the first thing you need to do? Quickly go and grab the low-hanging fruits and then jump to the heavyweight topics. Right? That is what you will do. Isn't it? I hope you got your answer. And now the thing is, guys, you know your first year topics. Try to keep on practicing those first year topics that come under not just low-hanging but heavy. Why? It is definitely going to come in the exam and should be also frequently asked. So your second year is totally left. These all topics should be just be first year. So whichever first year topic comes under your strengths, just keep it fit. See, the strategy is varying a little bit. Of course, this is also applicable for 80 and 50. If your first year topic is something that you're very strong with, you want to still go for frequently asked topics and heavyweight topics and keep it strong. More important, right? More important is you want to keep the frequently asked ones, as your strength. Definitely going to be asked. Of course, that should be my strength. That is somewhere that I can score, right? And the thing is, now this is a totally new thing for you, right? You are just entered the second year. Search for your new strengths. Maybe magnetism is your new strength, not current electricity. Generally, current electricity is easier. Trust me. Maybe magnetism is your new strength. You're completed the first year. You're looking out for new strengths. You're looking out for new opportunities. Maybe you need to do the PYQs to understand that if you started with it, you will understand. Maybe optics is your strength. Now search for the new strengths and grab those strengths. Okay, this is very important. Even 20% syllabus is left, search for your new strengths. Okay. 50% syllabus is left, search for your new strengths. Don't leave the new strengths alone. Okay, because new strengths are strengths, right? Something is intuitively easy to you, that is intuitively easy to you. Complete PYQs possibly. Maybe mock test is not a thing for you right now because entire of second year is left over. You have 3 months, 90 days. Maybe you can attend mock test once in a week. The 80% guys giving mock test every day. They're almost 80% complete. They will do it every day. You don't want to follow that. That's why at the beginning I told you, don't compare yourself with anyone. Because your strategy is going to be totally different compared to the 80% guy. 80% guys focus will be like, killing his weaknesses, killing his strengths, maintaining his strength, killing his weaknesses, and doing as many mock tests as possible to identify strength and weakness. Here you intuitively know your weaknesses and strengths. You need to move accordingly. Now what you need to do is work around a little bit of PYQs whenever whichever topic is complete. After each topic you will be doing the PYQs. Okay, this is very important. After each topic, so little bit different, but matters. Lot of change, guys. Lot of changes. Move accordingly. Frequently asked question, moving according to the weightage totally makes sense according to me for both of them. But now this is a little bit different strategy. Each topic. Those are 50% guys probably going to attack each topic a little bit faster because it's already in the phase, already has the background. Now you need to pick up those topics. Prism is completed. If you see any problem on Prism, practice it. Understand it. It's not just for the 80% and 50% guys. It's also about identifying the strength and weaknesses. Now it's not about your strength and weaknesses. Now it's about your practice. This PYQ session has changed for you. It is a practice. It's sort of the simulation for your exam. Prepare with focus on April success. If you're totally second year's left over, you may want to think a little bit. Totally possible in 3 months. I'm not denying if physics is the only leftover subject, totally possible. If all of them are leftover subject, maybe little impractical, You want to focus on the April success. Plan accordingly. Still low hanging fruits. Still the low hanging fruits would be the first thing that you want to grab. Still, heavyweight topics is something that you want to focus on after low hanging fruits. But understand, think about it in this way. I have 90 days and let's say I have 150 days. There is a lot of difference, right? In 90 days, I will be able to grab the low hanging fruits and complete some part of the, most asked topics, frequently asked topics. And then I will be just entering the tough domain of, heavyweight topic. But by the end of the April, I can be confident that I will be completing 80%. But if your effort starts today, it is possible. Thinking that after 3 months, you will be doing, you'll be focusing on April success is again coming back to second year is totally left. Then you don't have another April. Your April will then be a dropper. And if you're a dropper, you don't have another April unless you're dropping out again. Right? I hope you understood this point. So focus on your April success. Now let's come to the most interesting part. I am not yet prepared. I partially completed few things. What is the strategy for me? Do I have a strategy different from I'm good with first year syllabus but just begin with second year syllabus? Maybe thinking line might be aligned, but understand that you are a little bit behind. Actually a lot behind compared to the 20% left guy. But you are little bit behind the second year student. The student who has just begun with the second year. You are also incomplete with the first year syllabus. So this is this fourth category, right? So yes, partially completed or fully completed, the rule is simple. Low hanging easy fruits are your target. Again, the same kind of thing. You're in class 11. I'll make a video for you, Parth. But you know what? Analyze the weightage, analyze the kind of understanding. Class 11, you're on the 80% thing. Maybe you want to move by the heavy weightage. So 2022 aspirants, how do you move about this? So if you watch this session, how are we going to plan it? You'll be planning according to low hanging fruits and heavyweight topics. Maybe heavyweight you give a little bit priority. As in the time you're approaching November, you'll be focusing on low hanging. Focus on easy first. Okay. Now more than heavyweight, what matters? Easy first, because your luck can click and your January session can become an amazing session. Okay, so this is possible. Focus on the topics that are easy after low hanging any day. After low hanging easy topics, focus on the easy first, because luck can ultimately play a role sometimes, and you never know. You're becoming ultimately the champion. Of course 80% guy is going to be a champion, but maybe you are competing with one of that 80% guy. You never know. What do I mean by competing is you're scoring the same kind of thing. No one is competing. Everyone have their own way of preparation, own things they are doing. Some students are not even interested in preparing for exam. They want to learn about the concepts. So it depends on everyone. But do understand, ultimately you are giving JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. You are preparing for a competition. Be it on an individual level, you are competing with yourself. So focus on the easy things first. Maybe luck clicks and you are going to make it happen. Prepare for the April session. Prepare for the next upcoming thing. You don't want to do it all by let's just focusing on maybe the April session. So one of the things that you want to understand is April session is getting maybe a little bit extended. Right? Possible, right? It's not that it won't get extended. Maybe it can be extended till May. It is quite possible it is extended till May. But if I tell you if it's going to be extended till May, what you are going to do? You're going to relax for next 2 months and then say that let's have a 5-month strategy session. But the thing is, if at all you have an opportunity, you have to make use of it. If you are well prepared by the April session, you are moving into the 80% domain. Please do understand that. If you are moving into that 80% domain, you can get into that 80%. You can get a 99 percentile as well. It's possible. But focus. Focus is the key. Part now you need to make sure by end of Jan you are completing mechanics part. That's what you need to do. It does not matter which chapter is related. Focus on rotational and general mechanics and thermo, complete it. Then you can think about 12th after Jan. So prepare for April session. Start preparing for April session. Think about April session. Maybe January is also your thing because you grab the low hanging fruits, easy part. Maybe your paper came from it, but still, trust me, you will score a better percentile in April session if you're partially prepared, or if you're like completely left to second year, than someone who's 80% prepared, 20% prepared. Because definitely rank shuffling is happening, right? How is the rank shuffling happening? It's happening because someone is taking advantage of those 2 to 3 months, and you are supposed to do that. Still stay confident. There is nothing to lose. Think about it this way, there is nothing to lose, it will happen, guys. If you have nothing to lose, you have only something to gain. Okay, definitely this is true, right? And thermo and heat transfer part. Maybe get started with optics as well. If you're also on plus, get started with optics, but you can also get started with optics as such. So the thing is, you're partially completed, but stay focused, have that confidence. Do not get discouraged. Don't believe that, that ultimately the exam is going to get postponed in a very relaxed way. Trust in yourself. Move confidently. It will happen. Seek something truly from your heart. It will happen. Don't get into anxiety. If you get into anxiety, there is nothing that you can do about it. In fact, if you get into anxiety, you'll be wasting the rest of the 5 months as well. Whereas a smart person would never get into an anxiety. You know the difference between a smart person and not a smart person? A smart person would not get into anxiety. A smart person would not react emotionally. Especially with yourself. If you are reacting emotionally with yourself, that means you're going to waste a lot of time. And you never know what is going to happen if you waste. Ultimately, you're going back to a situation where you have 1 month left because you spent 4 months in anxiety and you're ending up in more anxiety. No, it's a game. It's just a game. Understand that. It's entirely just a game. If you understood that point, what you know is in this game, I'll be able to perform the best if I'm relaxed the best. If I'm relaxed the best, I need the perfect schedule to make it happen. I have nothing to lose, I have everything to gain, hence I can go for it. That kind of focus is what you need. And remember guys, any of the 80-20 and not maybe 80-80, you're already hardworking. If you complete 80% of the syllabus by now, you're very, very hardworking, 80% of all the syllabus. 20% is left over, 3 months is left over, you will be almost on the track. If you're just maintaining that 80 and completing in 10%, you are probably even going to score 100,000 rank or not. Okay, but for most of you, this is true that focus on the present. Don't start thinking about the future. If you focus on the present, future will come along. And there is no substitute to hard work and smart work. Smart work is something that you're doing in this session. Hard work is something that you have to put in. 12 hours is less, guys. You're partially only completed anything. 12 hours is less. 14 hours is good enough. Somehow you have to balance your board exam. You can study even for board exams. I don't know about CBSE. If you are from some other board, you can complete your board exams, score above 78% and less than a week. Awesome. So one of the things is I get you're welcome, Parth. So Arjun has a very good question. So he's saying that my school might start a preparatory coursework for my boards by mid-November and will continue till mid-Jan. After it, they will ask us to stay home and prepare. So taking up like 2 months of boards, they will pack you up with boards, but that does matter or doesn't matter. Guys, take it very positively. See, if you're working like 16 hours, little tough, but trust me, possible. There are n number of students who are cracking JEE Advanced working 16 hours a day. I'm not saying they're working every day 16 hours a day. They're studying every day 16 hours a day. But that 3 to 4 months 16 hours changes everything. Trust me. This 1 month 16 hours is also going to create an impact. This 15 days 16 hours is also going to create an impact. Right? It does not matter, right? And like what Arjun is saying, even if they prepare, if they start you preparing for like a preparatory coursework, you're going and attending the classes and coming back, pick up those topics that you have to do for boards. Parallelly do it for your JEE mains. Why are you segregating the topics? Especially if you're from CBSE board, if semiconductors is happening, semiconductors is the same thing, guys. There is no like a super awesome JEE Advanced book for semiconductors. Same goes for communication systems. Just grab those topics, take it very positively. Still that 2 months, you can parallelly prepare for things. Focus on easy topics, focus on easy topics. It's possible. Maybe 8 hours of your day is lost, but rest of the 8 to 12 hours you can utilize. 12 becomes very taxing. 8 plus 12, 20. You want to max limit everything to 16 hours, get a sleep of 8 hours, which is more important, and avoid rest of the issues. Okay, that is more important, else you will be crashing at the end of the exam. So at least get your good sleep. That is very important. Getting good sleep, good food without any anxiety is the most important thing. No. Arjun, and you're here for the entire session. First of all, understand that. So let me brief it again, guys. I fall under partially complete thing. What would I do? I'll pick up low hanging fruits. Or even if I've just begun with second year, I'll pick up low hanging fruits first, and then I'll go for the easy topics. Then understand, by doing this too, you will just be ready for JEE mains Jan session. Then what happens is that next 2 months will give you the time to focus on heavyweight. Like what Arjun is saying, if board exams are coming up and have to prepare parallelly, first of all understand your board syllabus has come down. Only a less number of topics are included. And if you're focusing on the same topic during that time for your JEE mains preparation as well, you've probably completed 50-60% of your syllabus and you didn't even realize it. By the end of April, you'll be ready for the 80-90% of it. Yeah, I hope you got your point. And very important, whatever you have done until now is analysis. It's all on paper. If you have wrote down few things, what you should have written down: frequently asked topics, low hanging fruits, easy topics, according to your preparation strategy, will move your strengths and weaknesses. Now comes your plan. This is still on paper. You'll make a schedule. You need to make a schedule. You will mark it on Google Calendar. You will mark it on like a paper calendar, or you will mark it on your piece of paper, or you will do it on some Excel, etc. Do it in the simplest way possible. Plan it realistically. Realistically means not more than realistically also means not less than some 5 or 6 hours a day, and also not more than like 14-15 hours a day. Plan it. Make a schedule. You need to now move according to a schedule. Next 4 or 5 months. That's it. So make a schedule, plan it, and move accordingly. Very important. Set your target. Your target has to be fixed. Optics, 2 months, 2 months. That's it. 1 month, 1 month. Whatever is the target, you somehow complete it. You cannot think about it as if a 2022 aspirant or 2021 aspirant who has the rest of the syllabus complete and they're just coming to classes because they're going to give mock series, or this is the topic left over, etc. This is a heavyweight topic as well. I'm not talking about optics specifically. It can be any other topic as well. Set your target. Understand your target is realizable. If your target isn't realizable, don't set such a target. From the beginning, I have been telling you, focus on the low hanging fruits, focus on the easy topics, focus on the heavyweight topics, kill your weaknesses, build your strengths, then move for anything that is harder. No one is going to reward you for solving a tougher question than an easier question. Same amount of marks you'll get in JEE Main, and even this is also true in JEE Advanced. Set your target, make a plan, move accordingly, and analyze. You've done it, you have made a plan. Within the next 2 to 3 days, by the end of this week, your plan should be ready. Whenever it begins, whatever backlog that plan has, add the delta to your plan. Let's say I've planned everything, I've made my plan by the end of Sunday, but I'm really very tired analyzing everything, doing everything. I have a delta left over. Okay, instead of starting on Monday, I'll start on Tuesday. Still follow the plan. Don't rewrite the plan, guys. Follow the plan. You can later on either subtract the delta by working a little bit harder every day, or maybe it eventually gets adjusted. But try to execute the plan. That is the most important part. You analyzed it, you made the plan. Up until now, everything is in the paper. Now, if you follow the plan, you have executed it. If you executed the plan, no one can stop you from succeeding. Don't be afraid of failures. Don't get into anxiety. Eventually, you need to learn from your mistakes. This is just the beginning, guys. This is the beginning of a career. Okay. Maybe not even beginning of your career. After 4 years, things can change, but don't take it lightly. This is literally a part of your career. You want to take it seriously. Okay. A part of it always knows that this is an alma mater is going to boost you. Whatever anyone says, guys, it does not matter. No. Your thinking ability, everything will change depending upon your alma mater. So follow the plan. You should keep your dream alive. At the end of the day, whatever result, you're not responsible for it. You're given your best efforts. Assuming you're given your best efforts, even if it does not matter, don't take it seriously to the heart. But what you need to take seriously to the heart is analyzing, making the plan, and following the plan. Rest, live it. That's it. And your exam-based strategy, of course, comes. That's a different thing. But now you need to follow a plan, and you need to move according to a plan. Think about it this way. If you follow this plan, you're unstoppable and no one can stop you from succeeding. You are the rock star on the field. No one else is the rock star. That's good, Surya. Very good to know. Yes, guys. So this is where everything lies. Up until now, it was just an analysis, a very important part. Hardly would take 1 day, 2 days. Watch the video again and again, depending upon your category, depending upon whatever thing you want to do. But analyze things very realistically, make the plan and follow the plan. If you don't do these things and if you're stopped with the paper today, it does not matter. It does not matter at all. Okay, if you haven't done both of these things, it does not matter at all. Don't be afraid of failures. Failures, it has to come. Despite all your preparation, despite everything, it can happen. If sometimes your luck can favor you, you never know. So put in your efforts. But without putting in your efforts, your luck cannot favor you, guys. Trust me. Without putting in your efforts, without doing anything, you can't expect that I will become a champion in JEE. That is not happening. So do take your efforts. You're attending the session, you're analyzing it, be it even 80%, make a plan. That plan is eventually going to boost you to that 90% by the end of 99% by the end of the JEE Mains first session. The plan and following the plan is the key. Analysis is a major part of it. But now execution matters. Nothing else matters. I don't know, Parth. So, Parth, what's your question? I didn't get your question. I told you, right? Complete mechanics and this part. We will do this separately, Dhruva. KVPY, we will do it separately. Okay. This is a generalized strategy for students trying to attend JEE Mains in the upcoming Jan-based session. So this is something most relevant to JEE Mains. Even if it was JEE Advanced, strategy would be a little different. The approach should be a little different. The weightage would be different. So things would eventually change. But if it was JEE Mains 2021, strategy is going to be a little different. So with KVPA, we will make a separate thing. JEE 2022 path will do a session part, but now for now you should be focusing on mechanics and heat transfer. Don't worry about it. Come and attend the optics class, okay? Start attending optics, or complete optics, okay? It's an independent topic and complete current electricity, and make sure you're good with units, dimensions, and measurements. Okay. But 3 things. Okay, 2022 aspirants. If you are watching this session and if you think you haven't done anything, then you're probably making a mistake because you haven't noticed the analysis and the things that have been discussed in detail. Okay, so we have a really curious student over here is asking me again and again, what should I be doing? Should I be completing mechanics? I told you, focus on mechanics, of course. Maybe you want to get started with current electricity now. Maybe you want to get started with optics now. Maybe you want to get started with nuclear physics now. You know it is independent of rest of the topics. Why not? I'll come up with a separate session for you, but that does not mean these weightage data is irrelevant to you. Maybe the total planning is irrelevant to you. But ultimately, you have to adapt away, right? You have to go through heat and thermo. If you don't do that now, later on after 1 year, it will sound very burdening. Of course, I'll come up with a strategization for 2022, but a little late. But definitely we'll do that because it is very important so that you don't have that clutter in mind. I agree with you. I totally agree with you, Parth. But you know what? 2021 aspirants, you need a different approach. That approach matters. Okay, so up until now, whatever you've done as an analysis, you have made a plan. Now you need to follow the plan. And again, I'll tell you about complete current and electricity, complete optics, because now it will be very easy for you. And maybe follow your mechanics schedule and try to grab also thermo. Okay, you'll eventually see that after 1 year you're under the this 80% category. Alright, that is very important. Again, I can't say that. Execute the plan, make the plan, analyze the things, maintain positive thinking. Very important. Up until now, what you have done does not matter. Don't think about it. It's all gone. Past cannot be retried. Past cannot be changed. Understand that past remains past. Okay. What you have with you is your future. You can influence your future. You can influence the things that are going on. Hence, take a decision depending upon. Make your plan depending upon that. Understand that. Make your mindset. Get your mindset ready. Get yourself ready. If your mind is not ready, you will not be ready, guys. If you think you can't succeed, then you won't succeed. So start thinking about your success. Keep your dreams alive. There is a lot of things that you can do in this 3 months. Trust me, it's totally possible. Maintain that positivity. Positivity will only get you through this entire journey, be it not today, tomorrow, even when you're getting into a job, even when you're getting into like some random thing, maybe even sports. Positive thinking is the key, and it has been also scientifically proven. The people who tend to think positive tend to succeed. I mean, I'm not talking about 2 people, one who's not thinking positive but very successful, but the same kind of person, same kind of calibers, grown with the same kind of aptitude, etc. With positive thinking will succeed far better. And generally you would have noticed successful persons do not have negative thinking, less of negative thinking. People who create negativity are the people like literally who do not succeed. Many a times success depends, success is relative, etc. But the most successful people you come across will have a very short positive thinking, and that positive thinking will begin now. If you didn't have it, and if you have it, well and good, maintain it, plan it, analyze it, plan, realistically, analyze things realistically, put yourself in one of the classification realistically among those 4, which classification you come among, and then put down it on the piece of paper, analyze through percentages, put down the topics that you need to complete, make a schedule, follow it. Very important is you follow it. If not, it's going to be a mess. Maintain positive thinking. Your future depends upon the actions that you take today. Your past cannot be changed. Hence, make a decision. More importantly, take the action. Make a decision and take the action. Alright guys, I believe this was a very interesting session for you. Do not forget to share the video. Good luck with your preparation. Good luck with your planning. See you in the next session. And do not forget to share the video, and do not forget to attend the optics basics to advanced coursework if you're already on one of this Unacademy subscription programs, because this is one of the heavyweight topics, very interesting, will be useful for your future, and it's a comprehensive course from basics to advanced on both wave and ray optics, and more importantly, it has just been launched. So yes, you may want to attend this course without any hesitation if you're already on Unacademy subscription platform. If you're planning to purchase the subscription platform, it is the time to get started, and this course has just been launched. And we just did something really interesting today. And do not forget to attend these special classes, free of cost special classes by Unacademy. And this time it's going to be on capacitors, one of the frequently asked topics and a low hanging fruit that you may want to definitely get. And this Sunday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And do not forget to attend the session and mark this on the calendar. And that being said, do not forget to share the video, like the video, click on that subscribe button, click on that bell notification, because everyone should get access to amazing strategy sessions, and they should know how to prepare for this JEE mains this year, and even maybe moving forward. So yes, this is going to be a useful video for many, so do share this video, do like this video, click on that subscribe button, click on that bell notification. That is more important, guys. And of course, your preparation is the most important. That is also very important. And just do not keep the knowledge that you acquired, because your power comes from the knowledge shared. So do not forget to share the video, do not forget to click on that like button. And that being said, students, if you're not yet on our Telegram channel, quickly get onto our Telegram channel to get updates before the time. And guys, let me tell you, we put out updates before even the class begins. And if you don't have a Telegram app, first of all, download it from Google Play Store and App Store. If you have a Telegram app, just click on to this link, which is available in the description box below. You can just type in JEE_English to also find us on Telegram. And guys, let me tell you something interesting. We also conduct classes on Unacademy Learning app. Of course, our entire team does that, and you get updates on the same as well. Some DVP, some schedule, some many more things in one place is going to be this Unacademy channel and Unacademy Telegram channel. And that being said, students, A to Z of units, dimensions and measurements, just 5 sessions is all you need to complete this entire topic in depth, and that too for free of cost on Unacademy Learning app. So this is going to happen once you download the Unacademy Learning app, of course, and if you start attending this session. And why should you attend this session? A low hanging fruit, an easy low hanging fruit, and a definitely asked topic every single year and in every single shift of the paper. Hence, yes, do attend this topic and think realistically, and plan things realistically. And that being said, first of all, download the Unacademy Learning app. If you don't have one, all you need to do is type in Unacademy on your Google Play Store and App Store, and just click onto this link and click on that install button. And with this, you will get live, up-to-date notifications on every class happening on Unacademy Learning app, given that you are following your educator. But not only that, guys, you also get access to free of cost quizzes with model problems like what you can expect in your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. And that being said, students, if you're looking for a champions tool for your JEE Mains preparation today or tomorrow, this is the best thing that you're going to have for you. Why am I saying this is the best champions tool you're going to have for you? And what is this champions tool? The champions tool is going to be an Unacademy subscription. Of course, you get free of cost lectures on JEE English, but let me tell you, this champions tool comes with the best educators across the nation on one platform, delivering structured lectures and conducting structured programs for you. Yes, this is the platform that where you want to be for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation. If you can afford it, it's the best thing. Click on that left hand top corner extension bar, choose plus, and choose IIT JEE as your goal. And with that, your preparation for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced is getting ready. And then you will click on this get subscription button. And with one subscription, you will get unlimited access with the best educators across the nation. And we also have legends like DC Pandey there on this one platform. And guys, I need not say more. We have the best educators, but we also have the best program. It's going to be a super intensive program and a super extensive program where you will get to attend doubt clearing sessions and get your doubts cleared from the best educators across the nation. And more importantly, guys, and also very importantly, it is going to be the state of art tech where you're going to experience the environment of JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. Yes, of course, this is something that you want to have with you for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation. And that being said, students, it's also quite reasonable. If you are in 11th class, this is going to cost you less than 70 rupees a day. So if you're in 11th class, 9th class and 10th class, you're going to go for 24-month subscription, since it's a 2-year long journey, and typically maybe you want to get started with like 9th and 10th earlier. And that being said, guys, do not forget to apply Murli Live coupon to get the best discount on your subscription purchase. So you'd get your best discount by applying Murli Live coupon and by choosing the right kind of program. And that being said, students, we also have convenient payment options for you that takes away the burden of paying all the fee at once. So you can split your payments into multiple parts using our attractive pay-in parts, in-house functionality. So this feature takes away the burden of paying all the fee at once, but we also have no cost EMI, which also takes away the burden of paying all the fee at once without any interest. So both of these features are going to split your payments into multiple parts without having to pay all the fee at once with a no cost interest or any interest. And that being said, if you are a dropper, if you are a long-term student, or if you are in 12th class and planning to prepare for 1 year, this is the ideal program for you. Why? It is meant for a 1-year program, and you'll have dedicated programs over there. We have 6,000 plus materials for your JEE preparation and 1,000 plus live programs just hosted last week, which is just meant for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation. And with this all comes in at a price of less than 2,900, guys. 2,888 only, and you need to apply Murli Live coupon to get to this price point and to get the best discount on your subscription purchase. So do not forget to apply the Murli Live coupon and get the best discount. Do not forget to choose the right kind of program. Do not hesitate to give the test series. Do not hesitate to attend the lectures regularly. Very important, be it on JEE English or JEE subscription platform. But the thing is, you need to be regular, you need to stay dedicated, plan accordingly, move accordingly, attack your plan. Attack everything that you have planned for. So yes, execute the plan. That's more important than planning. Execution is as important as planning, I would say. Okay, not more important, but your planning should be really good, because with planning comes the fortune, but with execution only you'll be able to obtain that fortune. Execute it. See it in the next class, and see you in the next session, guys, with much more interesting session, and also for 2022.